Hey everybody, it is I, the Cannonball, Alex Steele, and we are ready for the next installment of voice acting. We're coming to you live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan. And now your hosts, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What's up everybody? It's Monday night, and you know what that means.
Voice acting night, baby. Sorry, I'm talking about mouthful. I'm just having a brat.
I want you people to be able to see my my beautiful face better. So there we go. So yeah, it's been. I dropped my camera last time we had this stream. This might be crooked. I don't care. But yeah, welcome. You know, we're back on the block. Doing this on Monday night, and I thought I'd give my my night DJ voice a run there, because I mean, we'll listen to this music. It's freaking amazing. So I thought that the music was a little quiet last stream, so I bumped it up just a little tiny bit. So hopefully you guys will be able to enjoy it. But I mean, it's neither here nor there, kids. So before we get any further, just want to just plug, you know, Nostalgic Mondays, Legend of Zelda Tuesdays. I don't know what you got going on Thursdays, package.
Well, if I do manage to stream on Thursdays, I would probably go with go back to Ratchet and Clank. I just got to find the time for it, though.
Yeah, well, but you best believe you're going to get your Super Mario Fridays. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. You know, and who knows? My brother and I are probably going to try to see if we can break out, you know, maybe a Wednesday night fight. You know, that I think we haven't had that in a month. We haven't had that in a hot minute. But you know, we also want to probably turn that into Mario Kart. Super Mario Fridays could probably be dedicated to Mario Kart. Could be. So just something to think about. Yeah. But, you know, I'm going to try to see if I can get some more stream content out there. I got to get some ideas. But don't you worry about a thing, folks. Voice acting isn't going anywhere.
No, not by a long shot. Can I say something real quick?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I said like last night, and I said it last night, and now I'm going to say it again. Now that the both of us are on here, I was pleased to give you that Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be released on July the 17th, 2025, and I will bring that game to you as soon as I get my hands on it on the hot off the steel press on Saturdays. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. The latest hot off the steel press project will be Donkey Kong Bonanza. Mm-hmm. Can't wait to show you that.
You took the words right out of my mouth, package, just not my food.
Right, of course.
So, you know, hey, give me that sad trombone for one time.
There we go.
Anyway, so, for those of you who, you know, let's go to live scene and we'll give the synopsis. But, hello, Governor. Zion the Potato has joined the chat. Oh, another thing I must bring up. So, crap, what did I do with it? So, I have an idea. So, hey, Package and I have acquired our TwitchCon San Diego tickets. And if you have the money and you want to come hang out, I'm going to post my link, my referral link in the comments right now. And then you can click on the link and help me save some money on my ticket. So let me just do a couple of things here. Holy smokes. Okay, friends link. And copy the link. Then we go into Twitch to get on my mobile dashboard.
Yep. While he's working on that, folks, I'm also going to tell you that I have successfully downloaded the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So I will be bringing that to you on Legend of Zelda Tuesday, maybe tomorrow, and maybe some other time.
Okay.
And this is the ticket. This is the Steel Twins link for Ticket Fairy. So go ahead and click that link, and if we refer you to us, we can save money.
Yep. So, yep. And now the thing is, these tickets aren't cheap. A 3-day ticket's about $240. I'm just telling you right up front. And I don't know if it's going to count if you just buy 1 day, which is about $150, $160. But trust me, I mean, if you have the coin, if you have the time, you know, click the link. And if you know somebody that might want to come, show them. So, and my Twitch friends link is in my Twitch profile as well if you want to go look for that. So, it's about that time to get to my second favorite part of the show. You all know the drill by now, and if you don't, just listen and follow along with my words. If you have a cap to your bottle or a pin on your can, you go ahead and pull that pin back or twist that cap off
with a twisty twist, yes.
Hey, Cannon, what time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, y'all.
I can't chug the whole thing. My heart will go through the roof. I'm only 41. I want to live. So,
right.
Okay.
It is 69 and breezy, and I'm bringing the purple rain.
God dang right. And it's also scheduled to uncover bull piss today. Yes, sir. We will be uncovering plenty of that live scene. So
let's go.
Okay. So we're going to load game, and we're going to go for save file number 1. We're at episode 2-2, The Walking Dead. We're back in the foyer. Now, a little history lesson for you. So, Tyrion Cuthbert has a very strange arcane ability that a wizard or magicians, take your pick, can't seem to replicate. There's no spells for these abilities that he has. But it turns out we met a very strange lady who had like bandages for hands, and what was her name, package?
Eris Ilmatter.
Yeah, so now the funny thing is she looks awfully familiar. She's a dead ringer for the lady that Tyrion saw in his fever dream in episode 1. So, and in that fever dream, she referred to him as quote unquote heaven-born. The heck is that supposed to mean? So anyway, it turns out that there are arcane abilities that were handed down from the founders of the land, you know, from a dragon lord, the Scaled Lord, so a dragon essentially. So kind of wild stuff. But hold on, my apologies. We are live, but there's been a murder at the Academy. So I know what it means. She's a simp. No, actually, sir, she is quite dangerous. I mean, just on the surface, she's sus, but we'll find out. But now we got to do some sleuthing because yet another innocent man has been dragged to jail. So Tyrion is on the case. So let's get it going.
Good news. The check cleared. It's go time. It's been a few hours since Wallace was arrested. You and Celeste were with him during the lockdown, so the Inquisition had to take your statements. But the more they questioned you, the more you could tell that they had doubts about your testimony. You will need to do more if you want to establish an alibi for Wallace.
That took longer than I expected.
We've already lost a lot of time talking to the Inquisition, but we should be free to roam around now.
Where should we go first?
The crime scene sounds like a good start. We still need to figure out what actually happened.
Ruby said that the body was found in Lecture Hall 2B. It's in the west wing of the school.
All right, that seems like a good place to start. All right, Package, what do you think so far? Good voice, bad voice?
Good voice. Yeah, it's a good voice.
Okay.
I can take it by it. Let's see.
Well-
I kind of want to bring that up. Well, let's talk to her at least.
Yeah, more practice. So talk to her. The investigation.
I hope Wallace is okay. He looked really scared when Commander White arrested him.
Don't worry. We'll find out what really happened.
But first, go ahead.
Wait. Fuck. But first, we need to inspect the crime scene. So,
Well, we got.
alright.
Well, that means we gotta move.
You know what? Heck with it. Let's move. Okay, so the Inquisition
classroom.
Barracks, classroom 2B. Oh, and there's the body. So, say it with me, Package. Charge! I love that. Oi,
Oi,
stop.
Hey.
Hi, stop right there.
As you try to enter the classroom, you're stopped by one of the Inquisition Knights.
I'm the defense attorney for the accused. We have a right to investigate the crime scene. Yeah? What I've heard, the kid doesn't have an attorney yet. Right. I haven't been able to talk to Wallace about that yet.
It's quite all right. Let them in.
Oh. Lady Steelwind?
Do not call me that. While you work under me, you will address me as Prosecutor Steelwind.
Correction. Yes, Prosecutor Steelwind.
What's that smell?
As you enter the classroom, you find yourself inhaling a sour and rancid odor.
Yeah, no kidding. Ugh.
The stench is so overwhelming that your eyes begin to tear up.
Cyan the potato. Correction. Prosecutor asshole. Well, come on. Sometimes you gotta be one, right? Anyway. Ugh. Somebody cutting onions in here?
Don't worry. You eventually get used to the smell.
Ugh. What are you even doing here, Steelwind?
I'm here to coordinate the investigation.
She's taking it way too far. I must have missed that, but go ahead. Oh. Phrasing, young man. Go ahead.
Phrasing. You look around the crime scene. There isn't a single Inquisition Knight in the room.
Isn't that the Inquisition's job?
Due to the circumstances, I've decided to handle this case personally.
Well, since we've got you here, could we ask you some questions about what happened?
Can I assume that you're planning to defend this case? That would make you my opponent. What do I have to gain from helping you?
Right.
However, I would be willing to answer your questions, but only if you answer some of mine as well.
Oh, okay. What could she possibly want to ask me? Well, only one way to find out. Let's talk to her. Questions for us.
Ms. McCoy, it's my understanding that you were adopted.
Personal question.
Would you happen to know who your birth parents are?
Hey, isn't that too personal of a question?
You agreed to answer my questions, didn't you?
But I didn't think you meant...
It's fine, Tyrion. I'm fine with answering if it helps Wallace. I don't know who my birth parents are. I've never tried looking for them. I see. If I recall correctly, your spell compendium only contained one spell. Considering your upbringing, how did you learn Mage Blade in the first place? I bought a scroll from a merchant here a few years ago. It had Mage Blade's spell formula on it. But I know more than one spell now. I actually just learned a few new spells today. Sorry, spells? As in plural?
Keep that in mind, folks.
Oh, really? So what does she mean by that?
How long did it take you to learn these spells? A few hours, I think. She learned multiple spell formulas within a few hours?
She seems
that in mind,
doubtful.
folks.
Hang on a second. If she learned spell formulas within a few hours, huh? All right. What was that just now?
I see. Well, I think that's all I need to ask for now. Okay.
She's sharing information about the investigation for that? Why is she so interested in Celeste all of a sudden? Huh.
Well, let's examine. I'd say examine something here.
Oh, Tyrion, I almost forgot. Since this is our first official case together, I wanted to show you something that I learned.
Okay, what is it?
Imperial Arcanum.
Huh?
The hell is that? What was that?
That is the incantation of the detect magic spell.
Detect magic? Wait, does that mean?
Yep, we can see magical traces while we're examining crime scenes now.
Detect magic. Your bodyguard Celeste can now cast the detect magic spell. While examining a location, press the detect magic button to make magical traces visible. If there are any magical traces at your location, you'll see a covered overlay. Interesting.
Yeah, take a look at the body. Yeah, now take a look at the stain.
Shit. This must be where the students sit during lectures.
I can't imagine sitting in one place all day.
Have you never attended a school before?
No, we never had a proper school in Cornhaven. I mainly got my education from books that my parents bought from traveling merchants. What about you?
I used to attend a public school in my hometown. But after Ms. Tymora adopted me, she handled my education personally. All right, what the hell's that supposed to mean?
I can't believe the professor is dead. We just saw her this morning.
There's a chalk outline around where her body was. It appears that most of his blood came from her abdomen. Is that where the fatal wound was? There's a lot of blood in this puddle, but there's no trail leading to it. And there aren't any magical traces anywhere else in the room. I doubt the murderer used magic to clean it.
Does that mean the murderer attacked her in this room?
Maybe, but it's hard to say for certain. Bloodstain under the body. There's a pool of blood where Catherine Bellwether's body was. The location implies that she bled from her abdominal area.
Now you're gonna
Let's detect magic.
Imperial Arcanum.
Examine
Wait.
the purple.
What?
What's wrong?
There's a trace of necromancy on the body.
Necromancy? That cannot be good.
What in the sweet baby cheesecake?
Isn't necromancy the type of magic that creates undead? She's not just gonna get up and walk away, right? We're honestly not sure. That's part of the reason why I've stationed myself here.
But what does that have to do with Wallace?
Oh, you didn't know? Wallace Nightgrave is a necromancer.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my spoiled custard. Necromancy? Yep. That was his arcane art.
He's a what? We believe that he drained her life force completely using a necromancy spell. That's why there are no visible wounds. Here is the autopsy report. It will tell you everything that you need to know.
Autopsy report, Claire Catherine Bellwether. Died at 2:01 p.m. Body shows no signs of cuts or bruising. The Alchemist report has verified that death was not caused by poison or disease. Body shows traces of necromancy and illusion magic. Cause of death is not apparent, but very likely caused by necromancy magic. Illusion magic. Anyway.
But in the modern day, even the Inquisition doesn't commonly deal with necromancy. They're all on edge about what other spells he might have used. So, I'm here to make sure that nothing unholy happens to the body.
That's ominous. I can't believe it. I've heard stories of necromancers before. But why would Wallace be studying something like that? But even if Wallace is a necromancer, aren't there plenty of other mages who can cast necromancy spells? This is an academy for mages after all.
No, there are no laws against it, but the knowledge required to learn necromancy is heavily controlled. No one in their right mind would dare teach necromancy beyond basic healing magic. Frankly, I'm surprised even one student at this school was allowed to learn it. I can see why. But because of this specific piece of evidence, we know that he's the murderer. But it's still too convenient.
That's the first time I've seen a thought from Steelwind. Normally, I can only see thoughts from people who are stressed or excited. I doubt that Ms. Steelwind is excited, so something is causing her to be stressed? Is there something you're not telling us, Steelwind? Because something
Yeah, go ahead.
Because something tells me that this case isn't as straightforward as you claim it is.
All right, hold the thought for a second. Well, that just tops the cake of potato and pea. That's not good at all. Necromancy is basically dark arts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think it gets any darker than that.
If you truly believe that, then why don't you prove it?
The eye can't see any more thoughts from her. She must be subconsciously guarding her mind now. But she's clearly hiding something.
All right, well, let's get a look at this.
There's a trace of illusion magic next to the body. We believe that the suspect donned an illusory disguise immediately after murdering the victim. Using his disguise, he discreetly made his way back to the library unnoticed.
Assuming that Wallace isn't the murderer, the real killer must have used a similar disguise. Which means that no one would have seen them leave this classroom. And it'll be harder to find any witnesses that saw the perpetrator.
All right, well, let's talk to her.
Yeah, okay. So, back.
Go back.
Talk.
Let's talk to her. Rancid smell.
What's that smell?
I can't take it anymore. That smell is driving me crazy. What is that?
Again, it tops a potato pea cake. Necromancy in the wrong hands can't possibly mean sunshine and rainbow sparkles. Necromancy in any hands can't be good in general.
Yeah,
No way,
I mean,
brother.
that's a good point.
From what I understand, there was a bit of an accident a few days ago. It happened during one of the classes that the headmaster was teaching.
Wait a minute. You don't think...
Well, hang on a second.
He misread the instructions from an alchemy experiment. And as a result, he accidentally produced this rancid-smelling vapor.
Oh, wait, so it's...
So what are you thinking here?
Yeah, so it really wasn't a... I didn't think that... So that accident was from an experiment of some sort. Okay.
Okay. Wait, vapor? It's not poisonous, is it?
Of course not. I wouldn't be standing here if it were. It's just extremely unpleasant to the senses.
Foul classroom smell. Weeks ago, the headmaster performed an alchemy experiment incorrectly in lecture hall 2B. The resulting chemical reaction produced a rancid yet harmless vapor that still lingers in the room. So it's weeks old. Ugh, that's terrible.
God.
I wonder if that smell was used to mask the body. Anyway, let's keep talking. The murder. Do you know what happened here, Steelwind?
Well, it all began when the City Watch received a call from the Academy.
Order! And Zion bangs his gavel so hard the concept for reality ceases to exist. Yeah, someone get that pissy smell out of my court. Well, we better bring some Febreze and maybe some vacuums. I don't know. Anyway, City Watch received a call from the Academy.
Supposedly, there was an attack on campus grounds and the entire building was put on lockdown. The City Watch set up a perimeter around the building while they waited for the system to deactivate.
What? Couldn't the Academy have let them in once? Let me try that again. What? Couldn't the Academy have let them in once the scene was secure?
I'm not sure about the specifics, but supposedly, the lockdown can't be shut down manually. You'll have to ask one of the Academy's admins if you want to know more. Anyways, you two were also present during the lockdown. Am I correct? Did either of you see anything suspicious? No, but we actually met the professor that morning. She was still alive then. I see. That does match with the accounts from our other witnesses. Do you have any idea where she went after she left the library?
The headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, then take it up with him.
I'll have you know that I was on my way to do just that.
She said that she was going to meet with the headmaster.
He also mentioned that when I questioned him. She attended the meeting as planned.
I wonder if that's a tattoo on her arm right there. Anyway.
Might be.
If the headmaster met with Bellwether, I'll probably want to speak with him next.
She must have found her way into this classroom afterward.
Would you happen to have a map of the Academy?
I do. I have extra copies if you'd like one.
Sweeney Todd as a female is Catherine What's-Her-Face, we'll call it. Maybe. So, anyway.
What is it?
There's only one direct path from the headmaster's office to this lecture hall. But I wonder if she took any detours. Imperial Academy map added to our notes. It displays the general area where Catherine Bellwether was seen that day.
Yeah, talk to her again.
All right, this time, how was the body discovered? Do you know how the body was discovered?
2 members of the kitchen staff spotted her collapse inside this classroom. They reported the situation to the campus admin while they attempted to save her life. But it was too late. The professor had already passed away by the time any healers arrived.
Those 2 staff members, who were they?
I believe their names were Valentina and Valerie Ayanas. They're apparently sisters. Autumn was the one who collected the statements.
Did he notice anything off about their behavior?
From what he said, they had a few quirks, but nothing too suspicious.
Quirks?
He told me that they were running and spinning around him during questioning.
Okay, that's weird. What does that mean?
I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after finding their co-worker murdered.
I'll definitely want to speak with those staff members. Who discovered the body has been added to our notes. The body was discovered in Lecture Hall 2B by Valentina and Valerie Iannis. Jesus. 2 members of the kitchen staff. According to Commander Orem White, they were being hyperactive during questioning. Interesting. And finally, why is Wallace a suspect? We've already told the Inquisition this, but Wallace was with us the entire time. Okay, Zion the Potato says, "Hi, I'm Barry Barry, and have you ever felt like there was bull piss? Try our new bull piss detector 5000. In stores now." He couldn't have committed the murder.
Yeah, he has a perfect alibi. Strong, maybe, but his alibi is far from perfect. Ms. McCoy herself told us that. There was a small time period when she wasn't with him.
What?
Right. It was when I came back to check on you after you knocked over that shelf. I got a little lost on my way back to Wallace. But still, we only lost each other for a few minutes. That may be, but unless his alibi is airtight, the evidence in this room proves that it was him.
What do you mean?
It will be easier to explain once you examine it yourself.
Well, we already did. There was necromancy magic on the body and illusion magic right in front of it. Well, what else can we look at? Not a whole lot.
Let's move.
Imperial Arcanum.
And we already... Okay, there's nothing else there, so... Now what?
I say we talk to the headmaster.
All right, well, we gotta move then. Let's go to the headmaster's office. And charge!
You follow the map that Steelwind gave you,
Thank God it's quieter music.
and you arrive at the headmaster's office.
Straight from Zion the Potato Industries. Prices $189,678,467.22. Shipping and handling. You get a free potato for the price of $5 million. I don't think that's free. And that is an expensive spud. So anyway. Hello there. I wasn't expecting guests today. I know I got that guy at the first part of it, but what do you think?
I'll take him. Executive decision.
Granted. Sorry for coming unannounced. You must be...
My name is Theodore Redmond. I'm the headmaster of the Wyvern Guard Imperial Academy.
Good call. I like that voice better. Theodore Redmond. Occupation, headmaster. Okay, let's keep going.
And judging from your appearance, you must be the protege of Ruby Tymora. To what do I owe the pleasure?
And if you order now, you get a 2% discount. Jeez.
They must be here to investigate the murder.
The heck is she doing there? All right. Wait, Eris? I thought you went to see Wallace.
Unfortunately, the Inquisition is questioning him right now. They aren't allowing visitors. He must be so scared right now. I hope he's okay.
Right. She had the same experience not too long ago.
If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.
I love that little chuckle you give right when he's talking. Anyway, the murder.
This is terrible. To think that one of my prize students would be accused of murder.
We heard you.
Zion says she did it. She's guilty. Yeah, he's accusing Eris, but hey, we gotta prove that.
I mean, she is mad sus, but we gotta find out why. We heard your voice in the intercom when the lockdown happened. Are you the one who triggered it?
Yes, I activated it when I received a call from one of the staff. They reported that Professor Bellwether had been attacked.
The headmaster activated the Academy's lockdown system in response to receiving a call from security. This call reported that Catherine Bellwether had been fatally wounded. Interesting. How does the lockdown system work?
It's an artificial network that covers the entire academy. In the event of an emergency, I can activate it using this stone. The headmaster pulls out a glowing stone from his desk. You can hear the hum of magical energy emanating from it. Once activated, the system creates magical barriers throughout the building.
He looks more like Abel Lincoln without the hat and more grayer. Nope, he meant Abe. Yep, I do believe he's honest Abe. He's just missing his stovepipe hat. But anyway, we'll withhold comments until the end of this section.
It's designed to contain and protect each room in the building.
You guys can keep posting them. We just won't read them right away. Could a powerful mage breach any of these barriers?
I doubt it. The barriers can withstand a great amount of force. They even block mages from teleporting through them. And once activated, even I can't turn it off for an hour.
The Academy's lockdown is a system of artificery that covers the entire Academy building. Once activated, it creates magical barriers that isolate and protect each room in the building. These barriers can't be breached with physical or magical force. They also block mages from teleporting through them. Well, here's the question, though. Can somebody physically walk through them? Well,
No.
they couldn't get out of the library because they were okay. I guess maybe it is physical too. Anyway, Wallace Nightgrave. What can you tell me about Wallace? Earlier, you said that he was one of your prized students. I just need to understand. Why did the prosecutor say that he was a necromancer?
Because technically, he is the one.
What? Why would he study something like that?
Necromancy is probably one of the most dangerous and most scrutinized schools of magic.
Probably.
Its image has been long tainted by stories of dark wizards raising armies of the undead.
Yep. Play any fantasy, and is there any happy necromancers in any game you've ever played? Honestly. Anyway.
However, it doesn't just control the forces of death. It also controls the forces of life.
Forces of life?
The truth is that healing magic is also classified as necromancy. Most healers don't care to admit it because of the stigma it has.
Ah, interesting.
But that's why Wallace is studying it. He wants to become a doctor.
But there are plenty of mages who know healing magic. Why is Wallace being singled out?
For years, he's been studying necromancy beyond basic healing magic. He believes that high-level necromancy could revolutionize modern medicine. Unfortunately, many among the faculty don't see it that way. Wallace doesn't hail from a noble house. He's a mage that was born among the common folk.
He's like me.
Many of the faculty fear that he'll use his knowledge to raise armies of undead, just like the necromancers of old. The Imperial Academy isn't even permitted to teach it to students beyond basic healing magic.
Then why did you allow him to study it?
After everything that has happened to him, I made an exception.
Everything that has happened to him? Hey, Athena, you smell that?
I smell plot with a capital P-U.
Indeed.
I'm not at liberty to say more. You'll have to ask him if you wish to know more.
All right, well, can we find out about Wallace's spell compendium?
If you plan on defending Wallace, you'll need a spell compendium. Am I correct?
Yes, having a client's compendium is instrumental to acquitting them.
You may find that a bit difficult. You see, after a certain incident, he destroyed his compendium.
What the hell? You can just do that?
No.
What? Why would he do that? Doesn't he need that to use magic?
A spell compendium is a device mages use to keep track of what spells they can cast. It's really convenient for remembering the formulas and incantations of your spells, but it's not actually required to use magic. I thought of destroying mine a long time ago, but they're really expensive. Luckily, I have an unattuned spell compendium right here. I'd be more than happy to give it to you if it helps Wallace.
Oh, thanks.
Wallace just needs to maintain physical contact with it for 10 minutes. After that, the compendium will attune to his magic. Just make sure that you don't let another mage like Celeste hold it.
Okay.
Once it attunes to a mage, no one else can use it.
Unattuned spell compendium. If a mage keeps this on their person for 10 minutes, it will attune to their magic and display what spells they can cast. Once it attunes to a person, it can't attune to anyone else. So what's her game plan here? I don't know.
Wait, wonderful. I just hope you can persuade Wallace to return to it.
Okay, there's that blink again. Crap. All right.
Let's talk to
Catherine Bellwether. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? Wow.
I'm nervous now.
Oh, man, the gamut of emotions. Wow, that was a whole mess of emotions.
She was rather unpleasant to work with.
Can you think of any enemies she might have had?
Might as well list everyone who attended this school.
Eris.
It's best to be blunt with these sorts of things. As you saw this morning, she had a pretty abrasive attitude toward the students. Many people in this school did not care for her.
Maybe she wasn't the nicest person, but would that really be enough to motivate someone to murder her?
She'd often target and harass students, especially those who were from the common folk. She even made a habit of expelling those students for minor infractions. For commoners, magic can be your ticket out of poverty. I can't imagine how I'd feel to have that opportunity unfairly taken from you. She put so much pressure on those students. Some of them even left the academy of their own volition. They couldn't handle their constant verbal abuse. Even then, wouldn't that really be enough to motivate to commit murder?
Would that be enough motive? Probably not.
Yeah.
The human psyche is a fragile thing. It's astounding what someone might do when pushed far enough.
What about her relationship with the faculty?
In some cases, it was worse than it was with the students. She'd often treat the staff like her personal servants. I've received many complaints from them about her behavior.
Sorry if this sounds rude, but why didn't you just fire her if she was such a big problem?
She's used her position to curry favor with the noble houses over the years. As you can imagine, the Academy's board is controlled by the nobility.
Of course.
If I ever tried to remove her, they would probably support her over me.
Catherine Bellwether had a tense relation with just about everyone in the Academy. She had a history of bullying students from the common folk and mistreating the Academy staff. For several years, she used her position to curry favor with the noble houses. And finally, the meeting.
Yeah, why not?
I heard that you had a meeting scheduled with Professor Bellwether this morning. What time was this, and when did the meeting end?
Our meeting was scheduled for noon. She arrived on time, and our meeting lasted until 1 p.m.
Did anything seem off about her to you?
No, she seemed to be her usual self. You detect a trace of fear. Or is it nervousness?
If you don't mind me asking, what was the purpose of your meeting?
We met to discuss routine administrative matters. Despite our personal disagreements, we need to stay civil when discussing personal affairs.
Not personal affairs, professional affairs.
Sorry. Despite our personal disagreements, we need to stay civil when discussing professional affairs. But to be perfectly honest, it did always feel like I was treading on eggshells when speaking with her.
But you were her superior, weren't you? Didn't she respect your authority?
We had many arguments about how I was managing the academy. She was very vocal about her distaste for the common folk students. She was difficult, to say the least.
Oh boy. Okay, so that's all that. So let me take a look around. I mean, let me look at this table. There might be clues in places we've never thought of. You never know.
Okay.
It's a small table for guests. It's not wine.
No, actually, it's just apple juice. Most of my guests are students, after all.
Okay, let's detect some magic.
Imperio Arcanum.
Nothing.
Nope, nothing.
Bupkis. Okay. Who's this dude right here? Oh, it's a painting of someone. He looks like some sort of professor. Check the mark on his hand.
Yes. That's Professor Lucas Gilbert. He was an instructor here many decades ago. He was well beloved by the students here. He was quite the accomplished scholar. And this was all despite him lacking the ability to use magic.
Oh, interesting.
He studied magic without actually being able to use it?
Yes, he was quite remarkable. Unfortunately, we lost him to illness very early in his life.
Who's this dude? It's a painting of a mage, but he doesn't quite look like a noble.
Oh, that's Jason Steelwind, one of the chosen mages of the Scaled Lord.
Oh, well, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Color me mistaken, I guess. Whew. Steelwind.
Wait, Steelwind? As in...
Yes, he's the earliest recorded ancestor of House Steelwind. Legends say that the Scaled Lord bestowed his power upon him and his allies to create the first mages.
Damn. So that's how powerful Aria is. Holy shit.
Wow. It's hard to even tell that he and the prosecutor belong to the same bloodline.
As with all the noble houses, House Steelwind had quite humble beginnings.
If only they remember where they came from. Okay. So let's see. Well, maybe there might be a clue with the window here. Check it out. There's a window with a view of a garden. The headmaster has a nice view from up here. All right, let's see. Fireplace. It's a fireplace with some burning wood. Looks pretty cozy. All right, and nothing. All right. So, okay. And we can't really present him with much. Testimony, tense relationship, autopsy report, arcane constructs. Let me do this. I'm just gonna present this to him about this. What can you tell me about this, Mr. Redmond?
My apologies. I've learned a lot to my years, but I can't say much about that.
Odd, but okay, maybe I thought maybe he might have known about him. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. Part of me wants to go to inspect the kitchen, and look around the Imperial Academy. But I'm wondering what time visiting hours are up to. And you know what? We do need to hand off that spell compendium to Wallace. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the Inquisition barracks.
Anytime you feel stuck, just let me know.
No, it's all good. I want to figure this out on my own.
You look around the barracks dungeon cells, but you don't see Wallace anywhere.
The Inquisition is probably still questioning him. We should come back later.
So no go.
No dice
so,
there.
All right.
Not yet.
Well, let's go. Let's go to the kitchen. We already. This is the one place we haven't been yet. So let's move.
Hello? Is anyone there? Be right there. Sorry, but the cafeteria is closed right now.
Actually, we're here to investigate the murder. We heard that 2 members of the kitchen staff discovered the body.
That would be me.
Valentina Ionas.
I'm Valentina Ionas.
Name Valentina Ionas. Occupation kitchen staff. How about the other person? Do you know where they are right now?
Oh, that would be my sister, Valerie. But I think she's somewhere else on campus right now. Throughout those nights, we've already told them everything we know.
Actually, we're investigating separately from them. I wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw.
Sure. I'm going to have to remember those details again.
Forgetful or scripted?
Unfortunate, very unfortunate name. None of your business has joined the chat.
Hey!
Ionas by name, Ionas by reputation.
Yes, it's going to be difficult to pronounce that name without getting some Snickers, so anyway. So talk.
Let's talk to him.
All right, what did you see? To start, can you tell us how you and your sister discovered the body?
Right. My sister and I were walking in the hallway from the kitchen to the west exit. We spotted the professor in a nearby classroom. She was lying on the floor and bleeding. I used an emergency communication device to call for help. Well, while I was doing that, my sister tried to wake her up.
That would imply that Valerie thought she could be resuscitated. Did she know if the professor was still alive or not?
We're not sure, but she wasn't responding at all. She wasn't breathing, and she didn't have a pulse.
Oh boy. So, call me surprised. I wonder if they're twin sisters or if this chick has multiple personalities. We could be. Valerie and Valentina could very well be one and the same person. We've seen weirder. Ask Ace Attorney. Anyway, Wallace Nightgrave. What do you know about the suspect in this case? His name is Wallace Nightgrave. He's a student here.
He's that scary kid, right? The one that raises undead?
Not again, says none of your business. We don't know yet. Let's find out. Anyway. Those are just rumors. He would never do something like that.
But he studies necromancy, right?
Have you ever actually met him?
No. But I've heard the rumors. He's always hanging around the cemetery. I'm sure he's just biding his time, waiting for his chance to raise an army.
Well, it can't be helped that people think of him this way, but I can't help but be a little annoyed on his behalf. Yeah, no kidding. Catherine Bellwether. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? Yet another set of complicated emotions.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it anymore. She was a horrible person. She was really terrible to all of us.
By all of us, do you mean the Academy staff?
Yeah. She always treated us like her personal servants. Sometimes she makes messes on purpose, so just so she could order us to clean it up. This probably sounds terrible, but I'm sure a lot of people are glad that she's gone. Just hope we can still keep our jobs.
Interesting. Now, why would she be worried about that?
Can we talk to her further? Keep your jobs.
Keeping your jobs. Did you ever feel like your job was at risk because of Bellwether?
Yes, actually. She was actually planning to fire all the staff.
Whoa! And let me guess, replace them with those artificial, those robots,
Constructs?
those constructs. Yeah. All of the staff? That can't be true, can it? The Academy needs the staff to function.
I'm not sure about the details. That's just what Jan told us.
Who's Jan?
He's one of the Academy's custodians. You could probably find him cleaning the halls if you look around.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I guess
why don't we examine something here?
Yeah.
See if we detect magic.
Celeste, this room was close to the crime scene. Could you cast Detect Magic and scan for magical traces? And why is she reacting like that?
Uh-oh, I think she may be busted.
Sure. Oh, did he just say scan for magical traces? I'll just get out of your way then. Wow, she just bolted out of the room.
What was that about?
Imperial Arcanum.
Let's see.
There's magical traces on her, because I don't see a damn thing in this room. Hey, Athena, you smell that?
I smell plot with a capital P-U.
Indeed. Let's look at these barrels. It's a barrel full of some sort of drink.
I wonder...
It's probably not lotus juice, Celeste. Wait, what's this? There's a large cooking station here. They must prepare the meals in bulk here. Alright, let's just go back. And let's move. Where is this woman? Let's follow her. Move the location in the halls.
You spot Valentina again. She's speaking to someone in a blue-collar uniform.
Let's sneak up on her, huh?
Could he be the custodian that she mentioned?
I'm gonna do this. Could he be the custodian that she mentioned?
John, where have you been? You still haven't fixed the plumbing in the kitchen sinks.
Ugh, someone just died. Can't we take the day off for once?
You're causing trouble for me and Valentina. Please be reasonable.
So this
Wait a
minute. So this must be Valerie. They're twin sisters.
Must be.
Wait, why is Valentina suddenly speaking in the third person?
Oh, hello.
So executive decision.
Oh, hello. Valentina? Oh, my apologies. I can see why you're confused. I'm not Valentina. I'm her sister, Valerie.
Valerie Ines, occupation kitchen staff.
Are you trying to trick us or something? You look exactly the same.
I remember reading about something like this before. You two are identical twins, aren't you? You're both genetically identical to each other.
Yes, we are.
Wait, this means that she was the one who discovered the body alongside Valentina. Since we have you here, do you mind if I ask you some questions about what happened?
I'm terribly sorry, but I've already spent a lot of time looking for John here. I'm really behind in my work, but John was also nearby when we discovered the body. I'm sure he can answer your questions.
Before you have a chance to object, Valerie quickly walks away.
You know, because she's anxious and shit. I've got a feeling that she's one and the same person, and that she's got like multiple personality disorder. I'm just throwing it out there. Wait.
Do you want me to go after her? I'm pretty sure I can catch up to her.
No, we don't want to scare those two more than we already have. Anyways, Valeria said that Jan was around when the murder happened. Maybe he saw something. Jan Hughes, custodian. I almost want to do Detective Gumshoe on him, but let's find out. John, was it? Do you mind if we ask you some questions about what happened? Ugh, really? Well, whatever. At least I have an excuse to take a break now. Talk, Jan Hughes. So, Jan, are you a part of the staff here? Yep, I'm a janitor. I clean, I do odd jobs here and there. Well, apparently that's all he has to say about that. Jesus. The murder. Valerie mentioned that you were close to Lecture Hall 2B before they found Bellwether. What were you doing when the twins discovered the body? I was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase. There was shards and dirt everywhere. Wait, you saw the professor before the twins arrived? Yeah, like I said, she broke the vase like this hallway. It was probably 20-30 minutes before the twins found the body. You might have been the last person to see her alive. Did you see where she went after breaking the vase? Yeah, I think she went into that room over there.
Jan points to the lecture hall that Bellwether was found in.
Did you see anyone else enter the lecture hall? I'm honestly not sure. I was more worried about cleaning the mess she made. Well, did you notice anything off about her? She was in a pretty bad mood. But honestly, that's pretty normal for her. She was walking real slow. I didn't notice her at first, and she basically shoved me out of the way. After that, she knocked over that vase. I didn't even say anything after that, but she still yelled at me to be quiet. The fuck is she talking about? Anyway. Did you see where she went after that? Not really. The only thing in that direction is Lecture Hall 2B. I can't imagine her going anywhere else. 30 minutes before the Ionis twins found the body, Bellwether walked past Jan in the West Wing hallway. He was in her path, so she shoved him out of her way. After that, she knocked over a vase and shattered it. Even though Jan didn't say anything to her, she yelled at him to be quiet. After this interaction, she walked into Lecture Hall 2B. Jan's statement has been added to your notes. Catherine Bellwether. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? I've heard that she had a pretty bad relationship with staff. She had a bad relationship with just about everyone. Students, the other teachers. I can't think of many people who actually did get along with her. I'm sure you had your own share of bad experiences with her. Yeah, she'd always yell at me when I was taking too long to get a job done. I hate to say it, but things were a lot more peaceful around here without her. That's blunt, to say the least. But I can't exactly blame him for thinking of that. That's still kind of sus, if you ask me. Firing the Academy staff. Let's ask him about that. Valentina mentioned something interesting. Did you tell her that Bellwether was going to fire the Academy staff? Yeah, I remember that. What made you think that she was going to do something like that? You know those arcane constructs in the library? Bellwether was the one that ordered them.
Oh yeah, they're so cool.
Well, a few weeks ago, I overheard a meeting she was having with the headmaster. What I heard, she was planning to order more constructs and entirely replace the staff.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure the headmaster rejected her proposal. I don't know. And the way she was talking, it sounded like he didn't have a say in the matter. But only the headmaster would have the authority to fire the staff. Why would she be that confident? I don't know. All I knew is that she hated having common folk at the schools, even among the staff. She was really miffed that she was hiring common folk from the community centre. Supposedly, Bellwether told the headmaster she was planning to fire all the academy staff and replace them with arcane constructs. This plan was overheard by Jan Hughes a few weeks ago. Interesting. Well, there's nothing to see here. Well, is there any magic in the hallways?
Imperio Arcanum.
Nothing.
Not quite. I think we have time to question Mr. White Nightgrave now.
Okay, so yeah, Wallace we're talking about? Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
I think they're finally done with him, so let's go. Here we go.
It's over. My life is over.
Wallace,
Who are you? What do you want?
Wallace, it's Celeste and Tyrion from the library, remember?
Oh, right.
How are you doing?
apparently not well.
Please tell me you're going to get me out of here. I keep telling them that I didn't do it, but they still won't let me go.
I'm sorry, Wallace, but they found traces of necromancy magic on the body.
Oh,
And because of that, they're going to push your case to trial.
what? Are they going to execute me? This can't be happening. I can feel these walls closing in. I can't breathe.
Please, calm down. We know that you're innocent.
Oh,
With that said, would you let me represent you in court?
right. You said that you were a lawyer. But I don't really have any money to pay you with.
Don't worry about that. For now, let's just focus on getting you acquitted.
What? Do they seriously want to help me? No, they want something from me. But, well, I guess it doesn't matter anyways. It's not like I have anything else to lose.
That's not exactly the reaction I was expecting, but at least he's cooperating. All right, let's talk to him. What's your alibi, kid?
I don't understand. I was with you in the library the entire time. But why do they still think I'm the murderer? It makes no sense. Unless... You told the Inquisition, right?
Whoa.
Did you tell them that I'm innocent? Did they frame me?
We did. But as we said before, there are traces of necromancy on the body. And with the state in the body, they believe that she was murdered with a necromancy spell. Well, apparently that makes you their prime suspect.
I see.
Well, okay, so spell compendium. Wallace, we heard about the type of magic that you're studying.
Don't worry. The headmaster explained it to us already. You just want to use the necromancy to become a doctor, right?
I understand that you have reservations about talking about your magic, but in order to build a case for you, I need your spell compendium.
I don't have one.
I know. Eris already told us about that. That's why she gave us a blank one for you to attune to.
Do I have to?
It's your life on the line, and we need all the information we can get to help you.
Sorry. You're right. I'll attend to it.
Wallace's Nightgrave's spell compendium. It contains the formulas for the following spells: Prestidigitation, Mend Wounds, Illusory Disguise, Revive, animate corpse, and necrotic blight. Ugh. So, illusory disguise. Package. Wasn't there also a disguise employed?
I think so.
Prestidigitation, the caster creates a simple and harmless visual effect. This effect will last as long as they maintain concentration on the spell. Mend wounds heals the wounds of the target over the casting time, 1 minute. Wounds on the target are magically healed without leaving any scars or bruises. This spell can't restore missing limbs, nor can it revive someone who has already died. Interesting. Illusory disguise. It's illusion magic. Places an illusion on the target to completely change their visual appearance. The disguise moves with the target for the duration, an hour. The disguise can make the target look 1 foot larger or smaller. Elements hidden by the spell are made invisible. Elements hidden by the spell are made invisible, and elements created by the spell are purely visual. You cannot make physical contact with it. Interesting. Anyway, revive. Floods the target with life energy in an attempt to resuscitate them. It does not heal wounds sustained. Results may vary, but it cannot resuscitate someone who has been dead for more than a minute. Oh boy. Animate corpse, yikes. Reanimates the target using life energy, creating an undead minion for the duration, 8 hours. The minion follows the caster's orders, but its intelligence is limited, and it cannot speak. The minion can end the spell prematurely, but will only do so if ordered to by the caster. Once the spell is ended, the undead will return to being a dead body. Hey, package. This chapter is, in fact, called The Walking Dead, right? And you do realize that Catherine Bellwether was moving kind of slowly, right?
Right.
Somebody killed her and animated her corpse. How much you want to bet?
$20.
You're on. Necrotic Blight pulls all of the life energy from the target, resulting in instant death. This spell does not wound the target, nor does it leave any physical evidence, but it still leaves a magical trace. Yikes. That is a powerful spell. Oh, shit. Okay, so...
Yikes, bro.
So kill him. So kill him, reanimate him, and then walk him around. Shit.
You understand the reason why he's studying this type of magic. But the spells in his compendium are still pretty gruesome. It's a little terrifying that spells like this even exist. Oh, sorry, I know I was being difficult. A long time ago, I showed my compendium to someone I trusted. After she saw my necromancy spells, she told everyone in the academy. That's also when Professor Bellwether started coming after me.
I'm sorry. That must have been hard for you. But at least you had Eris.
Yeah, I did.
All right, Wallace and Eris.
How did you and Eris become friends anyways?
Another hint of fear from her. Are her fears related to Eris?
It's a bit of a strange story. Sometimes the other students would steal the ID number off my locker. Then they'd switch it with the one on another locker. And they thought it was funny whether the owner got angry with me. Eris had a bit of a reputation around our school. I'm not sure why, but everyone was scared of her, even the students from the nobility.
It was probably due to some baseless rumors.
One day, someone switched my nameplate with hers. I was so scared when she approached me, I couldn't even say anything. But she didn't get angry like the others. She just apologized and gave me back my nameplate. After that, she randomly started talking to me whenever she saw me. They became friends after that.
That's nice. Good thing he was able to find a friend in a place like that. Interesting. Necromancy. So, I have to ask, if it's caused you so much trouble, why are you still studying necromancy?
I want to use it to become a doctor.
The headmaster told us the same thing. But you could have just stopped after learning the healing spells. Why are you learning spells that can steal people's life force and raise undead?
Life and death are two sides of the same coin. That's the key principle behind necromancy. The first undead was actually a failed attempt to resurrect a human using magic.
Oh boy, man, that sucks.
Wow, I never knew that.
Right now, basic necromancy can only heal injuries and wounds. But it can't do anything for diseases or deformities. If I could just keep studying, I know that I can create a new type of necromancy. One that can cure diseases and save lives.
He specifically wants to cure diseases. Did something happen to him to motivate him that much? Yeah, intrigue. Catherine Bellwether. I think I can already guess the answer to this question, but how was your relationship with Catherine Bellwether?
It's exactly what you'd expect. After word got out about what I was studying, Professor Bellwether would always target me. She'd start yelling at me for the smallest mistakes.
Yep, that about tracks, bud.
She'd do that to some of the other students too, and she'd focus on the ones that were poor like me.
It's terrible.
I'd wake up each day dreading the possibility that she'd notice me in the hallways. I knew how to avoid her and stay out of her way. But sometimes she'd just come looking for me. I can't believe that after everything that she did, she's just gone.
You must have mixed emotions about what happened.
I honestly don't know how I feel about it. To be honest, I always wished she would just disappear. But now that it's finally happened, I just feel even more afraid. It feels like she's going to come back from the grave to haunt me. Even with Bellwether gone, his trauma will still probably linger.
I think I'm starting to put things together now.
Have you figured something out?
Yeah, I just need to take some time to think through everything. The prosecution wants to implicate Wallace despite his alibi. They wouldn't have a reason to do this unless the evidence heavily implicated him. How does the evidence implicate Wallace? We learned that Wallace is a necromancer, and he's the only person at the Academy that's capable of high-level necromancy. A magical trace of necromancy was found on the body.
Confirmed.
There's a trace of necromancy on the body.
This means that they would think that Wallace used one of his necromancy spells. Even without seeing the traces, it's pretty obvious that magic was used on the body.
Right, because there aren't any wounds on it, and the autopsy report found no signs of poison or disease. Which spell do they think Wallace used? If I know Prosecutor Steelwind, she probably already has a theory on which spell he might have used. The prosecution will probably argue that Wallace once used one of his spells to kill Bellwether. So it's either Necrotic Blight. It had to be Necrotic Blight. They will probably say that he used Necrotic Blight.
That makes sense. Necrotic Blight would have drained the life force from her body.
There is a pool of blood where Catherine Bellwether's body was. This is strange because she wouldn't have been wounded by Necrotic Blight. So something else must have been used. But that's where the contradiction lies. Let's suppose that Wallace did kill Bellwether using necrotic blight. There's something at the crime scene that wouldn't be there if that were true. What is wrong with the crime scene? Okay, Bellwether's body was covered in blood.
Aha!
Necrotic blight is a spell that doesn't inflict any visible wounds. There shouldn't have been any blood on the body.
But then what really happened?
That's the last piece, and if I had to guess, the information we need is being hidden by one of the witnesses who discovered the body.
Valentina!
She's definitely hiding something. Did you notice how she reacted when I asked you to scan the room?
Yeah, she ran away. She didn't even try to be subtle about it.
With the way she reacted, I think she may have been trying to hide herself from your detect magic, which can only mean that there is a magical trace on her.
I wonder what she's trying to hide.
There's only one way to find out. The next time you see her, could you subtly cast detect magic and scan her?
All right. It's been a while since we talked to her. Valerie also mentioned that they still had work to do today. She might be back in the Academy's kitchen now.
So,
What are we waiting for?
charge!
Charge! What are you doing?
Hold
Example,
on.
move.
Sorry.
Okay.
Kitchen.
No worries.
Let's go.
Those two are finally gone. I can finally get some cleaning done.
Okay, there she is. Use detect magic to scan her from here.
Right.
Just don't shout the incantation like you always do.
I know that. All right, here goes. Imperial Arcanum. What the?
What is it?
There's a trace of magic on her.
I knew it! Which school of magic is it?
It's necromancy. There's a trace of necromancy on her.
What? Valentina has a magical trace of necromancy on her. Someone cast a necromancy spell on her within the last 48 hours. Shit! Which one?
Oh boy.
Okay, Valentina's.
I don't
Oh yeah, which one and how did she get that? What do we do now? Oops.
Oh.
What do we do
Try that
now?
again.
You're still,
You're still not sure. You're still not sure how this fits in with everything.
For now, let's talk to her and see if we can get some more information out of her. If all else fails, we can confront her with the evidence we have.
Oh, it's you two again. They're back. Okay, just relax. All I have to do is repeat what I told them last time.
Unfortunately for her, that won't work this time. Oh boy. Magic on the body. Ms. Yanis, did you know that there's a trace of necromancy on Bellwether's body?
That's what he used to kill the professor, right? A necromancy spell.
That's the thing. If that were true, a lot of the evidence we found doesn't make sense. I think someone else cast a spell on the body.
Oh,
Is it possible that you saw someone use magic on Bellwether?
no, definitely not. Calm down. There's no way they know.
Okay. Her thoughts are an open book now. If I beat her in an argument, her thoughts might show me what she's hiding.
Valentina Aida's psychological profile is complete.
All right, well, let's take a look at it. So, hold on. Let me present.
Talk to her.
I know what I'm going to talk to her, but I want to look at her psychological profile. So, let's see. So, okay, she's got the bright smile. She doesn't. Crap. Never mind. Let's just go. Did you see something? Argument.
Valentina clearly knows more than she's letting on.
Let me try this. Valentina clearly knows more than she's letting on. She found the body alongside her sister and reacted strangely when I mentioned someone may have used magic on the body. What is she hiding? Start an argument. Let's get it on. Argument. Okay, so let's look at her psychological profile really quickly. Valentina is more concerned with protecting herself than doing the right thing. She will continue to hide her secrets unless she thinks that doing so is dangerous for her. She sees Wallace as a villainous necromancer and will not feel pity for him. Okay. Miss Ionis, from the very beginning, I felt like you've been hiding something from us. There's something that you're not telling us about.
What are you talking about? My conscience is clear. I told you in the nights everything I know. I've got nothing to hide.
What does this empathy thing?
Use this against claims that contradict the displayed emotion. Yeah, empathy. Miss Ionis, it's clear to anyone how nervous you are. I can practically see the fear you're emanating right now. Just tell us the truth. It'll be a lot easier for the both of us.
Let's say I were hiding something. Which I'm not, by the way. I don't have to tell you anything. Why should I tell you anything? I know my rights.
Okay. So she will continue to hide things unless she thinks that doing so is dangerous for her. Okay, you have nothing to lose by telling us what happened. I know that you're not the murderer. I'll make sure you're protected. Okay. Well, my client is innocent. Threaten. You've already given your statement to the Inquisition. If the truth comes out, what do you think they'll do when they realize you lied to them? If she's in danger, she'll spill the beans. So,
Point that finger.
you've already given your statement to the Inquisition. If the truth comes out, what do you think they'll do when they realize you lied to them? Who are you protecting, Miss Ionis?
You talk a big game. But I bet you can't actually prove anything, can you? You think I'm lying to protect someone? I don't know anyone who can use magic. I don't even know any mages. And I definitely didn't see anyone use magic on the body.
Oh yeah? I beg to differ.
So
What about
let's
your
see.
magical trace?
Yeah, she has a magical name. She's the one that used it. Someone cast a necromancy spell on her within the last 48 hours.
3, 2, 1.
Take that.
Take that.
You can't hide the truth from us, Miss Ionis.
What?
You said that you've never seen a necromancy spell before. If that were true, then why is there a trace of necromancy on you?
Wait, what? There's a trace of necromancy on me?
Argument 1. Checkmate. What? Did she not know about the spell that was cast on her? No, that doesn't make any sense. If she didn't know about the trace, she wouldn't have avoided Celeste back then. There must be an explanation for this.
You successfully argued against Valentina Ionis.
So let's talk to her.
This is crazy. Why is there a trace of necromancy on me? Am I going to die? Am I going to become a zombie?
That's strange. Is she really unaware that a spell was cast on her? Or is she playing dumb? Why doesn't Valentina know that the spell was necromancy? She knows that someone used magic on her, but she doesn't know that spell was necromancy. Alright, let's see. The witness cast... Okay, wait a minute. The spell cast on Valentina healed her. Yeah, absolutely, because that's the only thing that makes any sense.
Take that.
Calm down, Miss Ionis. Not all necromancy spells relate to the undead. Healing spells are also from the school of necromancy.
Healing spells? Oh, it was from that time she healed that cut.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Who healed what cut?
Ooh.
She? That implies that she knows a mage who studies healing magic. Could that person be a student here?
sorry. I just remembered that there's something else I have to do. I'll be right back.
Oh boy.
Hey, come back here.
Ugh, she ran away again.
I can catch her. There's no way she can outrun me.
No, the Inquisition is still stationed around the surrounding areas. They'd probably intervene if we started harassing one of the witnesses.
That's true. We weren't able to learn anything.
Actually, I did learn one thing. She has a friend who cast a healing spell on her.
Really? How'd you figure that out?
Good deductive reasoning.
Wow. Well, healing magic is also a form of necromancy, right? I guess that explains the trace on her. It's a good thing we know Wallace. Otherwise, we might have also thought that a necromancer was trying to kill her.
Wait a minute. That's it.
What? Did you figure something out?
This whole time we've been wondering why there's a trace of necromancy on the body. It isn't because someone attacked Bellwether with a necromancy spell. It's because someone used necromancy in an attempt to heal her.
Oh, I see. It doesn't matter what type of necromancy spells someone uses. Spells from the same school of magic leave the same type of trace.
I think I changed voices, but that doesn't matter. It's not just that. The body clearly has blood on it. What would happen if someone used a healing spell on a wounded body?
It would close all of that body's wounds.
In other words, it would remove any cuts or bruises.
Well, interrogating Valentina may have been a dead end, but it still gave us just what we needed to win this case.
I'm not so sure that was a dead end.
What do you mean? It's not that suspicious that she asked someone to heal her if she injured herself.
But if it's only that, why would she go to so much trouble to hide it? It's too coincidental. The wounds on the body were healed by an unknown person, and the person who found the body is hiding the identity of a healer. They have to be the same person.
I guess that makes sense. So, what do we do now?
Valentina is definitely onto us. I doubt we'll get a third chance to speak with her. Hopefully what we have now is enough to acquit Wallace.
You've done everything you can. Use what you've learned to poke holes in the prosecution's case. And if that doesn't work, you can drag Valentina onto the witness stand and pull the truth out of her. You just hope that what she's hiding is enough to acquit Wallace.
Right.
I demand to know why you're still holding on to my rapier. It's a precious family heirloom, and I want it back. It's evidence in the current case. Evidence? The professor was killed with necromancy. Was she, though? Why are you asking me? You're the one who's investigating this. I suppose it doesn't matter. Just know that I will bring her murderer to justice. No matter who it may be.
Would you like to save your progress?
Sure.
Absolutely. There we go.
So it's been an hour 34. What do you want to do?
We go forward.
Like a breath exhaled from the earth, with vigor in our hearts and one goal in sight.
All right, it's time for the trial. Just take deep breaths and relax.
Hi, Tyrion.
God, Celeste, don't sneak up on me like that.
Why are you so nervous? It's not as if this is your first time defending someone.
I can't help it. There's something about this building that just fills me with anxiety.
It's too bad Ruby couldn't make it. I'd say that you should calm down for Wallace's sake, but...
There's so many people here. And they're all staring at me. Their eyes are prying into me like a pack of flesh-eating maggots.
Ew, gross.
Don't worry, Wallace. Our investigation revealed a lot of weaknesses in the prosecution's case. We have a strong case for your acquittal.
Okay.
See? You can be confident when you want to be.
Strange. Something is calming about Wallace's anxiety. It's like he just absorbs the tension out of you and into himself.
Cheeseburger.
Court is now in session for the trial of Wallace Nightgrave.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready. Very well, let's begin the proceedings. Prosecutor Steelwind, could you please list the charges?
The defendant is a student at the Wyvern Imperial Academy. Mr. Nightgrave is charged with first-degree murder, negligent misuse of the arcane arts, and illegal practice of advanced necromancy.
Necromancy? Do you mean to tell me that the defendant is a necromancer? I can't believe it.
Necromancer in this day and age?
How could the kingdom let this happen? Your Honor, I would like to remind the court that they should show... Your Honor, I would like to remind the court that they should view my client objectively. Of course, but one can easily see it from the list of charges. Necromancy plays a large role in the charges.
Indeed. The crime occurred within the academy this morning. The victim is Catherine Bellwether, a professor at the school. Although there were no witnesses, traces of necromancy were detected on the body.
He had to hydrate. Sorry, folks.
Kind of hard to hydrate with a hot dog. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Furthermore, the autopsy report shows that the body has no physical wounds.
I see.
Necromancy is the only type of magic that can harm an individual without physically wounding them. Additionally, the alchemist report shows no signs of poison or disease. Therefore, one can only conclude that a necromancer had committed the crime. As many of you know, necromancy is held under high scrutiny by the Crown. Aside from the defendant, no other students were permitted to learn advanced necrotic magic. As such, the defendant was the only mage in that building capable of committing the murder.
I see. That is certainly compelling evidence.
To properly present our case, the prosecution would like to call Commander Orem White to the stand. Commander White, please testify to the court about the Inquisition's findings.
Yeah. All right, time for a little witness testimony. It started when the City Watch got a call from the Imperial Academy. Someone was attacked, and the whole building was put on lockdown. We set up a perimeter around the area and waited for the lockdown system to deactivate. When we finally got into the building, the prosecutor personally inspected the body and detected traces of necromancy on it. There were no cuts or bruises on the body either. The entire body was clean. But wasn't it covered in blood?
Yeah, exactly.
With those two pieces of evidence, we concluded that it could only be the necromancer kid that did it.
The Inquisition's testimony is just as I expected. I've already found and identified the holes in Steelwind's case. All I have to do is find that hole in the commander's testimony. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
Oh, cross-examination time. You know where to go.
So, yeah, ding, ding, ding. The entire body was clean. No,
My ass.
Nope. There was a pool of blood where Catherine Bellwether's body was. She wouldn't have been wounded, so...
Objection!
Objection! Commander White, it appears that you've neglected to mention one key detail of the crime scene.
Yeah? What's that?
During your testimony, you said that the... During your testimony, you said that the entire body was clean. I will admit that there weren't any wounds on the body. However, the body certainly was not clean. At the scene of the crime, there was a large pool of blood located where the body was. This blood came from the victim's body, and it was definitely not clean like the commander testified. I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but I failed to see the significance of this. I'd like to remind the court of the prosecution's case against my client. They are accusing him of murdering the victim using necrotic blight, a spell which would not have physically wounded the victim. So why was there any blood at all? And hang on a second. Who said the prosecution said he used necrotic blight? Huh? Anyway.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The fact still stands. There were no wounds on the body, nor were there any reports of poison or disease on the autopsy. There are clearly magical elements in this case.
But Catherine Bellwether was bleeding profusely at some point. How else would there be a blood stain on the body? Do you have an explanation for that, Miss Steelwind?
No. I'll admit that prosecution doesn't have an explanation for that. And while I do find the circumstances questionable, all other evidence clearly points to the defendant.
Which spell would leave a trace?
Which spell? If the victim wasn't killed with necromancy, why was there a trace of it on the body?
I'm glad you asked. I'd like to present a spell that could have left a trace of necromancy on the body. And here we go. We're gonna say, not revive. It could have been revive or mend wounds. So I'm thinking that's what it is.
Heals the wounds of the target over to casting time. Wounds on the target are magically healed without leaving any scars or bruises. This spell can't restore missing limbs, nor can it revive someone who has already died. Take that.
Mend wounds? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that a healing spell? That's correct, Your Honor. Spells from the School of Necromancy can control the forces of death and life. Mend wounds is, in fact, a necromancy spell. Really now? I wasn't aware of this. Now I'd like the court to consider the following. What would happen if Bellwether was wounded and someone attempted to heal her using mend wounds? All of her wounds would disappear from her body. I see.
Objection!
Objection! Do you honestly think I'm that incompetent, Mr. Cuthbert? Frankly, I'm a little insulted.
What?
The Inquisition is well aware of what happens when a mage attempts to save a victim using mend wounds. The healers that arrived at the scene already confirmed that the victim was long dead. None of them attempted to heal her.
Well, what if someone tried to heal her and didn't report it?
Please. None of the healers would have anything to gain by doing so. In fact, as a necromancer, the defendant could have easily carried out the described scenario. He could have cast mend wounds on the victim after murdering her to confound the investigation.
At the end of the day, the burden of the proof is on me. But if I could just find out who healed the body, this case is mine. And whoever this healer is, Valentina definitely knows her. Your Honor, I will admit that I don't have any evidence to support my theory. However, I do believe that we can bring it to light. There may have been two people that witnessed There may have been two people that witnessed someone cast magic on the body. Valentina and Valerie Ines, the sisters who discovered the body.
This is nonsense. We've already questioned those two witnesses extensively. If they had witnessed something like that, it would have come up in their testimony.
If that's true, then you have nothing to lose by hearing their testimonies.
Very well. If you're so confident, let's hear the witness's testimony.
It seems the prosecution has no objections. However, if this line of questioning leads nowhere, I will see no reason to further prolong this trial. Do you understand, Mr. Cuthbert? Of course, Your Honor. Oh, boy.
Oh, crap. It's that guy from before. Is he the necromancer's lawyer?
She just can understand, and she's already stressed out. This could work in my favor.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. My name? Witness, there's no need to be so nervous. We merely want to hear about what you saw on the day of the murder. Right, it's just that guy over there. You mean Mr. Cuthbert? Did this man harass you, witness?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. He, super harassed me.
How shameful. I would expect a member of our justice system to behave more professionally. Oh, shut up. Anyways, please state your name and occupation for the court, Miss Ines.
Just calm down. He can't prove anything. My name is Valentina Ines. I'm a member of the kitchen staff at the Bodyguard Imperial Academy. As I recall, you were one of the witnesses who discovered the body. Apparently, the defense finds your involvement suspect. Rest assured, Miss Ines. In this courtroom, you will be protected from Mr. Cuthbert's harassment. Now, please testify to the court on what happened that day. Yeah.
All right, time for a little witness testimony.
I think I need to take care of this. I mean, take care when doing this.
I was walking with my sister in the West Wing when we noticed something in a nearby classroom. We looked over to see what it was. That's when we saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the ground. My sister tried her best to help her, but the professor had already lost a lot of blood. While my sister did that, I used an emergency communication device to call for help.
Yeah, what was that? I'm going to press her on that.
But it was too late. By the time her bleeding stopped, she'd already lost too much blood. If your theory is true, that means she just lied in her testimony. She's definitely holding something back.
She definitely saw more than she's letting on. I just need to prove that somehow. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
All right, cross-examination time. All right, first statement.
Walking with my sister in the West Wing, we noticed something in a nearby classroom. Let's just keep going.
Next one.
Looked over to see what it was.
Saw Ms. Bellwether bleeding on the ground. Next one.
Actually, I kind of want to press her on that just for the story, so I'm going to do that. Held it. Did you notice anything else strange in the lecture hall?
Well, there was that terrible smell. It was awful. I almost couldn't see because of how much it was tearing up. But other than that, I was mostly focused on the professor.
Makes sense. It'd be hard to notice anything else. Okay.
My sister tried her best to help her, but the professor had already lost a lot of blood.
And how'd you try to help her?
Hold it.
Hold it. She tried to help her? Miss Highness, how exactly did your sister try to help Miss Bellwether?
What? Oh, I slipped up. My sister used first aid to try to stop the bleeding.
I see. Could you please add the detail to your testimony?
Yeah, sure. She used first aid and applied pressure to her wound to stop the bleeding.
Now hold on a minute. Check something out here.
That's wrong. Because someone cast a necromancy spell on her within the no, that's not wrong. Hold on.
What does the report say?
The autopsy report?
Yeah, take a look at it. What does it say?
Well, where is it? Oh, there it is. Died at 2:01 p.m. Body shows the alchemist reports body shows traces of necromancy and illusion magic. Cause of death is not apparent, but likely. Okay. Man.
Hit her with it.
Okay.
Objection!
Objection!
Witness, what is the meaning of this? What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Maybe I can elaborate, Miss Highness. You weren't present in the gallery earlier, were you?
No, I was waiting in the lobby. Lady Steelwind told me to wait there.
Well, I suppose I should consider myself lucky. You see, Miss Highness, one key element of the case is that the body didn't have any wounds on it.
Yeah, so?
So, please explain to the court, Miss Highness, how did Valerie apply first aid when there shouldn't have been any wounds on the body?
What? Oh, no. I screwed up. But I saw that wound on her. What happened?
There's clearly something amiss here, but I'm afraid I don't fully understand the implications of this. Are you accusing the witness of committing perjury, Mr. Cuthbert? When someone lies, they stay as close to the truth as possible while changing minute details. In her thoughts, Valentina said that she was sure that she saw a wound on Bellwether. She also mentioned that Valerie was the one that tried to save the professor. If she didn't try to save Bellwether with first aid, could she have used magic instead? Her sister could be the mage that I'm looking for. The witness was lying, Your Honor, but not about everything. Valerie Ionis did try to save the victim's life by addressing her wounds, but she didn't use first aid. She used magic.
Oh, no. He found us out. Objection! I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but your theory is completely flawed.
How so, Miss Steelwind?
Well, it's quite simple. We've already verified that neither of the sisters are mages.
What? Wait, how can you be so sure?
During the investigation, we had both the Iena sisters attuned to a spell compendium.
Oh.
It's standard procedure for the Inquisition when interviewing witnesses.
Then that means...
That's correct. Neither of the Iena sisters could attune to a compendium. That's right. The Inquisition checked us both. Neither of us are mages. Phew, that was close.
Okay, hang on a second. Damn it. Were we wrong about Valerie being a mage then? No, that can't be right.
No, he found us out.
Her thoughts said he found us out. That means I was on the right track. Valerie has to be the mage I'm looking for. Celeste, is it possible for a mage to hold a spell compendium and avoid attuning to it?
No, it just needs to be on their person. When I was arrested, the Inquisition also made me attune to one of their spell compendiums. And they were really careful to make sure that I did the attunement correctly.
Hold on a second. Do you mean maybe somebody else got in contact with one? They aren't running around each other.
There's no way a mage could avoid attuning to a compendium with them watching you.
Right. Commander White may be negligent sometimes, but even he isn't that careless.
Now, if you're done, I do believe that you've exhausted all your options.
Wait, I'm still not done cross-examining this witness.
What could you possibly hope to glean from her testimony?
Valentina should be stressed out enough to see more of her thoughts, but I can't exactly say that I'm planning to read her mind. There's one key element of her testimony that the court is overlooking. I have a right as an attorney to complete my cross-examination.
Your Honor, the defense is clearly trying to buy time.
I might be compelled to agree with you. However, I'll also admit that some elements of the witness's testimony are quite peculiar. I will allow the defense to perform one more cross-examination. That was close. But know that this is your last chance, Mr. Cuthbert. If you produce nothing substantial, I will pass my verdict. Of course, Your Honor. Right, it's all or nothing. If I can't find anything by reading her mind, this whole case is finished.
Witness, please give your testimony once more. Okay. Damn it. How long does he plan to keep me up here?
All right, witness testimony time.
Like I said, my sister and I saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the ground. We rushed over to her. It was definitely surprising we saw her like that. Now that you mention it, I don't know if I saw any wounds on her, but I definitely saw blood. I can't go back on it now. I just need to play dumb. My sister tried to save her, but she didn't use any magic. Oh, Valerie, you're too kind-hearted for your own good. Neither of us is a mage. Both of us held that book the knights gave us. I was caught off guard when they asked us. They almost found us out. The commander was watching us the whole time. He can confirm it. It's a good thing that we're twins, or else that trick wouldn't have worked.
What trick?
Yeah, interpret that fifth statement.
What are we gonna do? They have pretty hard proof that Valerie isn't a mage.
Valerie is the mage we're looking for. I'm sure of it. I'm just not sure why they felt the need to lie to the Inquisition. More importantly, how did they trick the Inquisition?
All right, cross-examination time. You know where to go.
So, ding. And I can't go back on that now. So, okay.
Keep going.
Part of me wants to interpret this one, but anyway. That's just...
What trick?
Objection! Ms. Enos, your thoughts betray you.
What?
I found a thought.
I found the thought. They must have done something, but what? It must have happened when Commander White was interrogating them.
Oram was the one who collected the statements.
Did he notice anything off about their behavior?
From what he said, they had a few quirks, but nothing too suspicious.
Quirks?
He told me that they were running and spinning around him during questioning.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after finding their co-worker murdered.
Running and spinning. Her thoughts also said it's a good thing that we're twins. How did the twins trick the Inquisition? This means this so-called trick wouldn't have worked if they weren't twins.
Twin magic, baby.
Exactly. Valentina switched places with Valerie.
Take that.
Of course, they switched places. Valentina attuned to the first spell compendium. Then she pretended to be Valerie to attune to the second one. Commander White couldn't tell the difference between them. Miss Ionis, there is something I want to confirm. During the investigation, both you and Valerie attuned to a spell compendium. Am I correct?
Yeah, that night watched us do it.
And how did he have you do this? Did you both attune to those compendiums at the same time? Or did you attune one after the other?
What? No way. Does he know what we did? I fail to see how that makes any difference, Mr. Cuthbert.
Yes, I agree. The spell compendiums would work regardless of what order they went in. You may not be aware of this, Your Honor, but Valentina and Valerie Ionis are identical twins, which means that their physical appearances are nearly identical to each other. If Commander White didn't have them attune at the same time, what would stop the twins from switching places with each other?
Objection!
Objection! This is clearly nothing but baseless conjecture. Aura wouldn't fail at such a basic task.
Really, Prosecutor Steelwind? Do you find it hard to believe that Commander White would fail at a task like this?
Wait a minute, this is crazy. We didn't trick the Inquisition. My sister and I are not mages.
Then prove it, Miss Ionis. Bring in your sister, and we'll have you attuned to 2 spell compendiums at the same time.
No, wait.
Run.
Order in the court. It's clear that we won't get anywhere unless we test the defense's theory. Bailiff, escort Valerie Ionis to the stand and bring 2 unattuned spell compendiums.
They both had their hands on those compendiums for the last 10 minutes. There's no way they can fake it in front of this many people.
All right, it's the moment of truth. I can only hope that my theory is correct.
No. Did he seriously?
What is it, Prosecutor Steelwind? What do you see?
What I see is Commander White seeking new employment in the near future. It appears that the defense was correct. Valentina Ionis isn't a mage, but Valerie Ionis is. What's more, Valerie Ionis' compendium contains the Mend Wounds spell, which makes the defense's theory entirely plausible. Please, just allow me to explain. We should allow you to explain what exactly? You're an unregistered mage. And you and your sister have made fools out of all of us with your perjury. How would you know what it's like, Lady Steelwind? What? Did you think we didn't notice your name? You're not like us. You don't have to hide. Whatever. This whole situation has gotten out of hand. I didn't think hiding it would cause so much trouble. And I won't let someone go to prison because of me, even if he is a necromancer. Please let me testify about what I saw. I'll tell you what really happened that day.
Very well. But understand that there will be repercussions for your actions, witness.
Yes, I know. Yes, I
Right.
knew.
Witness testimony time.
My sister and I were walking in the hallway from the kitchen to the foyer. Then I suddenly spotted a professor lying in a pool of blood in a nearby classroom. Valentina used the communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. I saw that she was bleeding, so I cast mend wounds on her to close her wounds. But it's too late. I closed the hole in her stomach. She was already dead.
There was a hole in her stomach. Your Honor, as you can clearly see from the witness's testimony, the trace of necromancy was left by the witness, not my client. What's more, it's clear that there was a physical wound on the body. I see. Well.
His words trail off. He clearly doesn't want it to pass a verdict when there's no clear culprit. But he has no choice. The case against Wallace is predicated on Bellwether being killed by necromancy. With Valerie's testimony, the prosecution doesn't have a shred of evidence implicating him.
Very well. The court sees no reason to prolong this trial. With these new developments, the court has no choice but to find Wallace Nightgrave not...
Objection!
Objection!
What the fuck?
I believe the court is ignoring one key detail of the witness's testimony.
And what would that be, Miss Steelwind?
Let's re-examine the witness's testimony. Valentina used a communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. I saw that she was bleeding, so I cast mend wounds on her to close her wounds. But it's too late. I closed the hole in her stomach. She was already dead. The communication device that Valentina Ionis used logs the time of day during each use. From this log, we know that Valentina used this device at 3:04 p.m. This was an hour after the time of death.
Oh, shit. Where are you going with this?
Mr. Cuthbert, there was a witness who saw the victim before the body was found, Jan Hughes. He, along with another witness, spotted Bellwether walking in the hallways before the body was found.
I was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase. There were shards and dirt everywhere. It's probably 20-30 minutes before the twins found the body.
20 to 30 minutes before the body was found. Do you see the discrepancy, Mr. Cuthbert?
Wait, that can't be right. Bellwether died more than an hour before the body was found. So how did John see her half an hour after her death?
I wonder, Mr. Cuthbert, how could one make a dead body move and walk around?
No, you can't mean...
There was more than one piece of evidence that pointed to a necromancer committing the crime. The defendants murdered the victim and used necromancy to animate her corpse.
An undead created within the Imperial Academy?
How reprehensible.
That's ridiculous. She had a hole in her stomach when the twins found her. John Hughes would have noticed that.
Animate corpse stops the flow of blood, so she wouldn't have tracked blood anywhere. The defendant is also proficient with illusion magic.
Oh, shit.
He could have easily used an illusion spell to hide the undead Bellwether's wounds.
But another party could have easily used illusion magic to disguise themselves as the victim.
If that were true, how did they move the body to the classroom?
Ms. Steelwind, if your theory is true, it would mean that the murder occurred elsewhere. Would the Inquisition happen to know where?
Regrettably, we do not.
Then the prosecution's case against my client is still faulty. You can't convict my client without more evidence. I agree with Mr. Cuthbert. With these new developments, the court sees it fit to suspend the trial for the time being. We will give law enforcement time to investigate these unknowns. Court proceedings for this case will resume tomorrow morning. Court is adjourned. Good Lord.
Wowie zowie.
Hey, are you feeling okay?
A body is seen moving an hour after death. Clearly wasn't Bellwether. At the very least, she wasn't alive when this happened. So what was it?
Tyrion?
There's illusion magic involved. There has to be. But which spell was it? Could it have been illusory disguise?
Tyrion!
Ah, what?
You've been quiet since the trial ended. You were making me worried.
Sorry, I was just thinking about what Steelwind said.
You mean about her theory? It's a little creepy when you think about it. Do you really think someone turned the professor into an undead?
I don't think so. The prosecution's case is hinged on one clear fact, that Wallace was the only high-level necromancer nearby. We have to assume that he's the only person capable of using that type of magic.
But then how is she walking around?
I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. It's a given that Wallace didn't touch the body, so we can discount the use of high-level necromancy.
No matter what, someone used an illusion. But aren't there spells that can create freestanding illusions, not just disguises?
I honestly don't know. We need to talk to someone who knows about that type of magic. Wait. Didn't Eris say that she was studying illusion magic? She might be able to tell us if something like that is possible.
Is that really a good idea?
What do you mean?
What if she's the one who created the illusion?
Uh-oh.
What? I'm detecting fear from her again. Celeste, are you scared of Eris?
What?
I saw it this morning too. You always get really scared when she's around.
Oh, I thought I was doing a better job of hiding it. Sorry, it's not based on anything real, but for years, I've been working as a mercenary. When you do that kind of work, you build up an instinct to sense danger. You kind of have to if you want to stay alive.
Sorry, I never knew.
Tyrion, I fought literal monsters and barely escaped with my life. When I'm near Eris, none of those creatures come even close. I get this feeling. It's like I'm in front of a predator that I couldn't ever hope to beat. Every instinct I have tells me to run whenever she's close by.
Really? She doesn't seem that dangerous.
I know. I think I'm maybe just anxious or something. I should know better than anyone not to judge people by their appearance. Sorry, forget I said anything. If you think we should talk to her, then we should do that.
I'm not one to discount Celeste's instincts. She's always been reliable. And if Eris is making her scared, that must mean something. But if Eris really is that dangerous, that's all the more reason to talk to her. But aside from that, there was also something else that the prosecutor said.
Mr. Cuthbert, there was a witness who saw the victim before the body was found, John Hughes. He, along with another witness, spotted Bellwether walking in the hallways before the body was found.
She said along with another witness. That means there was another witness that saw
That means there was another witness that saw Bellwether walking around. Right. Jan probably isn't the most reliable witness, so talking to that other person might help us figure out what happened. But do you think Steelwind will tell us who that witness was?
At this point, we won't lose anything by trying. In any case, it looks like I have my work cut out for me. So where should I start first? Would you like to save your progress? You damn skippy we would. Because you never know. So, okay. That is going to do it for tonight. So, obviously, we have quite the entertaining story to regale you with next week. So, we do hope you'll join us. And believe you me, there's quite a lot to pick apart here. So, all you got to do is tune in. Stay tuned to the Facebook channel, though we're pretty confident that Monday nights are going to be voice acting nights. So I will update my Twitch page accordingly. And also, don't forget to check out Steel Twins Andy for all of your regulars. You will not be disappointed. So, until... batted my microphone shield. So, until next time, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the Package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steel Twins, and we are for real. Top guys out. Ciao.
Adios, muchacho.